morning, YouTube. So as you can tell from the title of the video, today we are going to be making a double chocolate cupcake with a chocolate buttercream on top. It is a recipe that I got off Pinterest. However, over the course of the second lockdown, I've kind of played with it a little bit and mastered it. I've had more time to bake. I've always enjoyed baking, but I never really had the time to do so. So yeah, and I decided to go with the double chocolate cupcake flavor because chocolate is the flavor that gets eaten the most in this household. It's Brandon's favorite flavor of cupcake and cake. I enjoy it too, so I figured why not? With everything going on in the world right now, we're not trying to waste ingredients. There are people out here struggling to afford to buy groceries. So yeah, without further ado, I am gonna run to the grocery store quickly, grab all that fun stuff, and then I'll be back. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. And as soon as I'm back, guys, let's start baking. Okay guys, so we are back at the house and I just went and grabbed everything from the grocery store. I mostly grab everything from the Bulk Barn, Walmart, or Sobeys. A lot of the stuff I already had at home. But the first thing you're gonna wanna do when you get to the house is set up your workstation. So I got my KitchenAid here ready. This is probably one of the best things I've ever invested in, I'm not gonna lie. And the next thing you're gonna wanna do is preheat your oven. So you're gonna preheat your oven for these to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, line up your liners inside. I got these really cute green ones with polka dots on them to match my shirt today. And yeah, so what you're gonna do is you're going to start with 1 cup of flour. Perfect. Throw it in my mixer bowl. 1 cup sugar. Into the mixer. 6 tablespoons unsweetened cocoa powder. So I actually get this from the Bulk Barn. You're gonna use a different cocoa powder when you are making the buttercream though. So you don't need too much of this. 6 teaspoons, guys. A half a teaspoon of baking soda. And half a teaspoon of salt. So I just do a couple dashes. What you're gonna do then is whisk this together. So you're gonna whisk the dry together first, separate it into a different bowl, and then whisk the wet ingredients, and then mix them together after that. So just on a medium speed. The sound of the oven preheating. Mixed together. So what I do now is I just transfer all of the dry ingredients over into a separate bowl. Next I will then add half a cup of buttermilk into my measuring cup. Half a cup. We're going to do half a cup of vegetable oil. Of a tablespoon of vanilla. In the bowl. And 1 egg. You want your egg to be room temperature, not straight out of the fridge. Beautiful. Beautiful. Once that's all whisked together, we will then add the dry ingredients in here. Once all that is mixed together, I will show you what it's gonna look like. Thicker, but not too thick, because now we are gonna add a cup of hot water. And make sure it is hot water when you add it to the batter, not room temperature, not cold. It's just so that when the cupcake is actually cooking, when you bring it out of the oven, it doesn't sink in. Alright guys, so I'll add my cup of hot water in with the batter here. Stir this all up. Alright guys, so your batter here is going to be more liquidy than your average cupcake batter. It's just because it was made with buttermilk rather than actual milk, so don't be alarmed. So what I do here is I grab a ice cream scoop, and you're gonna fill these about 2/3 of the way so that your cupcake doesn't actually rise over the liner. And you're putting the exact same amount in every one. So it's perfect. And we'll make about a batch and a half. And then we'll pop these babies in the oven and let's see what they look like when they come out. Okay guys, while the cupcakes cook for 18 minutes, I do prepare my icing. So it is gonna be a chocolate icing on top of the double chocolate cupcake. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that your butter is at room temperature. That way it's easier to mix, gives the buttermilk a better consistency, and it's just easier to pipe afterwards. After that, I'll add my dash of salt and my 3 tablespoons of Hershey cocoa powder. So this powder is actually different than the one that we used earlier. And I'll mix that together. Butter is always the trickiest part. So what I do every time is, in between stirring, I take a spoon and I go in between the whisk to get the butter that's sticking inside to come out. Start adding my powdered sugar slowly. So you're gonna add about 5 cups of powdered sugar. So we're gonna do half, add some of the heavy whipping cream in there, and then do the other half. Again, I'm gonna go take my spoon, go through the whisk. I want everything to have the same consistency, so I don't want there to be lumps stuck inside my whisk that didn't get stirred properly. And I'm also gonna scrape the sides. We're almost done. Alright guys, and then after everything's all whisked together, your buttercream should have the consistency that looks like this. Beautiful, super easy, not too many ingredients, and our cupcakes will be done in about 1 minute and 40 seconds, so it's perfect timing. Okay guys, once the cupcakes are out of the oven, you are gonna want them to cool down for a bit before you start icing them, because the icing will melt right off if you ice them as soon as they're out of the oven. So what we're gonna do in the meantime is clean up our station and get some icing in a piping bag. What I do here is I will fold the icing bag down. Easier to get the icing to scoop inside there. That, you'll lift this back up and squeeze the icing down into the bottom of the piping bag. Perfect. You don't want any bubbles in there, and you want it to be able to come out smoothly. Let's check up on those cupcakes. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start by decorating 2 just to show you guys, and then I'll fast forward and go through the rest on my own. But you want your cupcakes to not be completely covering the top. And then we will pipe the cupcakes. And your cupcakes will look like this, guys. They're really cute actually, to be honest. And then what I like to do is I like to grab a chocolate bar and a cheese grater, and I grate my chocolate on top. Put up my chocolate bar, use my cheese grater, and I just gently grate the chocolate on top here. Let me know if you guys do try these. Give me a comment down below if you ended up liking them, or if you didn't, or something that you would do different. Yeah, so this was double chocolate cupcakes with a chocolate buttercream on top. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, guys, we'll see you guys soon.